Have you ever dreaded a conversation, fearing it might escalate into an argument? What if I told you there's a science-backed way to handle these discussions without clashing? Stick around and I'll show you how to turn difficult conversations into productive ones. Before diving in, let's set the foundation. A 2017 study published in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that emotional regulation plays a critical role in conflict resolution. When emotions are running high, it's harder to think clearly. So, step 1 is simple: calm yourself before the conversation. Take a few deep breaths, walk around, or even meditate for a few minutes. Next, focus on listening. Psychologist Carl Rogers emphasized the importance of active listening in his groundbreaking research on relationships. This means listening not to respond, but to understand. Try paraphrasing what the other person says. So, what I hear you saying is, this validates their feelings and diffuses tension. Step 3. Use I statements. Avoid blaming language. Research from the Gottman Institute, a leader in relationship studies, shows that you statements often trigger defensiveness. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when we talk about this." Shifting the focus to your feelings rather than their actions creates a less confrontational tone. Step 4. Keep it specific and solution-focused. Focus on one issue at a time. Neuroscientists at MIT found that our brains can only effectively process a limited number of topics at once. Overleading a conversation with multiple grievances often leads to frustration and confusion. Instead, stick to the main point and work towards a solution together. Step 5. Take breaks if needed. If the conversation starts to spiral, take a break. Dr. John Gottman's research also highlights the importance of self-soothing. A short pause can give both parties time to cool down and come back with a clearer perspective. To wrap up, remember these 5 steps. Calm yourself first, listen actively, use I statements, keep it focused, and take breaks if needed. Difficult conversations don't have to end in arguments. They can actually strengthen your relationships if handled well. If you found this helpful, subscribe and share it with someone who might need these tips. See you next week.